Hi, and welcome to Catherine Figures. I'm your host, Caitlin, and today I have a comic review for you guys. So this is for Hex Wives, issue 4, and gotta tell you, I am actually thoroughly enjoying this storyline right now. If you haven't been checking it out so far, I would definitely suggest checking it out either at your local LCS or even easier, check out the reviews I did for the first 3 issues of it that are available here on Catherine Figures. But anyway, diving right back into the storyline currently at hand, we're dealing with the fact that one of the witches actually killed something. She killed one of Demina's cats, and we do remember that if the witches spill blood or feel blood, then they get their powers back, or at least a part of their powers. We're still kind of on the fence about that, but one of them is currently flying, and then she falls because doesn't have all of her powers back yet, doesn't remember yet. So as she falls to the ground, still covered in the cat's blood, we get to see Isadora run to her and is asking her, of course, what happened? And she's saying that she was flying. She touched the roof, but oh yeah, that's right, she accidentally killed one of Demina's cats. Which, if you don't recall from the last issue, Demina's father, aka the guy that is currently holding the witches hostage, not her actual dad, but he was burned. And she is currently waiting on him hand and foot, trying to help heal him. And of course, the girls are discussing what exactly they should do about it. They can't let Demina know that one of her cats is dead. But of course, Becky flew, so that's kind of an issue, even though Isadora doesn't actually believe her. She thinks she might be a little crazy. So, back with the guys in their underground lair, which is totally what I'm calling it. This bunker is crazy. But all of the cameras in that area are covered by cats. So, of course, we find out that Demina, the teenager, not actually a teenager, actually a full-grown witch. They just think she's a teenager because she's the youngest one. But she actually has cat magic. And they're believing that the cats are blocking all of it in order to block the magic, so the guys don't know about it, And got a little bit of a back and forth there. Aaron still being a dick. That's right, I don't like Aaron. He's a jerk. But once the cameras are in fact uncovered, we are dealing with Aaron calling Isadora to check in on her. And he agrees that he's going to go with her in order to check in on his fallen friend and, of course, tell him that the company's thinking about him in these trying times. So back with Isadora, she's discussing what exactly is going on. Is it true? Did Becky actually fly? Is she going crazy? Are all of the women going crazy? Is she possibly going crazy? Which honestly is a lot of this issue. It's the Stepford witches, which is what I call them right now because they're basically Stepford wives. It's them debating whether or not her flying was true, and seeing a bloody handprint up there on the house. That's kind of good evidence, but whatever. Don't listen to her, Isadora. It's fine. So back with Aaron, we get to see him talking to the mother witch, and he's discussing the fact that she needs to help him, or he could very simply just kill all of her daughters, aka all of the witches that they are currently holding under this trance. He needs her to just fill them with pleasant things, like pretty trees, butterflies, whatever. And ultimately, she decides she'll do it to protect the other witches. So back on Aaron checking in on Isadora and checking in on Damina's father, we see still Mabel is drinking herself into a stupor, and Damina's dealing with quite a bit, including the fact that, yeah, sorry for any of the guys that are watching this, she got her period. Which may seem kind of gross to all the guys on this, but it means that she's now dealing with blood. And that's actually going to be important later on. Including the fact that she stopped taking all of her pills that all of the men have been pushing towards the women in this neighborhood for months or years or however long they've been holding them. And she's now hearing voices. Voices that told her to stop taking the pills. And she's saying things. She knows things are wrong in the neighborhood. So, there's that right there. So, I do love the moment between Aaron and the other guy when they're talking about what needs to happen with the women in his household, both Damina and Mabel. And Aaron's saying maybe they should just round up all the cats and, you know, maybe it's an accident. Maybe they all need to go. And ultimately, he says, can you just leave her Margot? Though, because, you know, if she loses all of her cats, then she's just going to spend all of her time and attention on me. And, yeah, he doesn't want that. And he also refers to both of them as vermin. And we find out that his burns aren't actually real, and it's just prosthetics and makeup. So, you know, kind of awesome there. I love the fact that apparently they've got a pretty awesome prosthetics guy on the payroll. That's kind of awesome. But, yeah, ultimately, guys are wondering what exactly the women are doing in the yard, what exactly they're talking about. So we're dealing with the fact that some of them are starting to tap back into their magic, and some of them aren't, as we can see throughout the art here. The ones that have either spilled blood or are dealing with their own blood are starting to realize that things are a little off, and others are kind of fighting with that. And of course, that's when Aaron has to pop up and, of course, ruin everything, because, you know, he's Aaron. So all of the husbands do hurry up and keep all of their women preoccupied and make sure that they don't spill any blood or deal with anything. Like, you know, leaving the neighborhood, because, you know, that's impossible. Or, of course, moving all of the dangerous kitchen appliances and knives out of reach, because, you know, of course, that totally makes sense to have your stand mixer up at the very top of the cabinets. Totally makes sense. Wonderful kitchen organization, hubby. Good job. Yeah, I'd hit him with that. But we get to see once again Isadora and Aaron dealing with their own marital issues, like the fact that apparently Isadora is not allowed to touch a valuable vase. Yes, the vase is somehow involved with the whole seal on the witches. I don't know how yet, but he keeps using it against his wife, so, you know, I know it's something. But back to their dinner discussion and everything, he leaves her alone after dinner. And that's when she starts thinking about it. Becky killed a cat. Damina got her period. The two things that are both involved there are blood. So, what could that mean for her? She just cut her hand slightly. And that's when we see her witch powers or something kind of reemerging within her. So I do love the artwork that Mirica Adolfo is pumping out throughout this, and I'm kind of obsessed with it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I've actually read anything that Ben Blacker has written before, but this is pretty solid throughout so far. So please do give me a like. If you like this video, comment below and tell me whether you are reading Hex Wives and whether or not you're enjoying it as much as I am. I personally cannot wait until all of the witches are completely awakened to their witch powers and their memories, and they kind of, I know they're going to take vengeance on the men. I know what's going to happen because, you know, witch hunters, witches, it's going to happen. And I'm really excited to see how that's going to all unfold. So, yeah. Please do subscribe to my channel for more comic book content, or check out any of the older videos I have up for offer here on Cat Run Figures. I did do reviews of issues 1 through 3 of Hex Wives, so please do check those out. And until next time, I'm your host, Caitlin. Bye.